What is happening, everybody? Trey here, and today, reactions to the classics. It's time for a Mike Patton Top 10 Songs reaction. Today's list is coming courtesy of a big-time Mike Patton fan, a guy who suggested Faith No More's King for a Day, Full for a Lifetime, full album reaction, which y'all can check out after this if you want. We got our patron, Alan, bringing this list today. Looking forward to it. Alan, always appreciate the eclectic range of music that you bring to the channel. So Alan said, this is my Mike Patton Top 10. I tried to choose songs that show off Mike's different singing styles in different genres. A little bit about Mike Patton if you don't know him. He is an American singer, producer, film composer, voice actor, record label owner, and best known, of course, as the lead vocalist of Faith No More. Noted for his vocal proficiency, diverse singing techniques, wide range of projects, style transcending influences, and eccentric public image, Patton has earned critical praise and influenced many contemporary singers. VBN Music found Patton possesses the widest vocal range of any known singer in popular music, with a range of 6 octaves, just for some scientific data to show how much that Patton can really bring it. He also has a lot of musical endeavors, constantly tours, and has been noted to be somewhat of a workaholic. So I just always like to kind of put what the person we're going through, a little bit about them in case you don't know. So I don't know anything besides one song on this list, so I'm looking forward to seeing the breadth and depth of what Patton has to offer here. Before we get into the list, you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that big red subscribe button. We upload every single day here, and if you'd like to submit a song reaction, a top 10 list, support the channel in any way like our guy Alan, you can check out our Patreon page linked down below. But all that to say, man, as you can see, I forgot to take down the Spotify bar here. We're going with number 10, starting off with Seizure and Desist by Dead Cross. This is pretty recent, relatively, at 2017. They're an American hardcore punk supergroup formed in SoCal in 2015. It also features Michael Crane of the group Retox, Justin Pearson. We have drummer Dave Lombardo of Slayer and Mr. Bungle fame, and of course vocalist Mike Patton. So as always, I'm going to have the lyrics pulled up, y'all. Music won't be in this video on YouTube due to copyright. Link will be down below if you want to check out the video with the music. If not, you can just stay here for about 5 seconds, and my reaction to this track will be after. Thank you again to Alan. Let's get it. Seizure and Desist, starting this list off at number 10 here. Kind of built in that 30-second fade in where I just knew a big drop was about to happen, and then boom, I called it. Lombardo obviously killed it with the quick moving drums here. Definitely had that spunkiness, that energy that you would expect from punk turned up to 11, so to speak. I know sometimes this genre of music is a turnoff to people. I grew up listening to bands that flirted with the hardcore punk, post-hardcore genre. So I appreciated just the power and just the energy that Patton had on this song. Lyrically, I don't know, man. It kind of feels just based off of the title, Seizure and Desist, about a suing and this and that, and the paperwork explosion. I'm kind of getting a vibe there that that's what Mike was kind of going through whenever he was writing this tune. There will come a day when the righteous laugh and rejoice with a pure voice. Bathe your feet in the wicked's blood. Explode! Just that lyric alone there, I guess, tells you just kind of that passion that was flowing through here. I dug it, man. I dug it. That's a way you need to start off, I think, a Mike Patton list. Now we're going to go to number 9, 5 Seconds from the group Peeping Tom from 2006. They're an American electronic rock group led, of course, by Mike Patton. To date, they've released 1 album and 2 singles, and featured a wide variety of well-known artists, from Massive Attack and Norah Jones to Kool Keith. All right, 5 Seconds coming in at number 9 here, just from Seizure and Desist going to that. We're already seeing some of Patton's diversity, going from that really, really hardcore, fast drums, punk-y song, now to this, which still, obviously in the chorus, Mike kind of gets into that more more controlled yelling vocal delivery. But then in the verses, we obviously have the electronic, the turntables. Mike here, if what I'm looking at is correct, played synth turntable or turntables, the sampler, keys, guitar, bass. So he was doing everything, it looks like, aside from the drum programming. So that again shows off some of his impressive diversity. I would have told, if you would have told me this beforehand, I would have said that I probably, just based on genre, would like Cease and Desist more, but I actually kind of like this track a little bit more. I think especially as it got going on a little bit more, I got used to the rapid fire 1 second, 2 second, 3 second chorus vocal delivery. I thought that was tight. A good kind of treaty on love, and throwing in the like I'm dying type of deal, with also kind of that sexual innuendos coming in as well. And at the end, I think coming with Our House is Burning Right Before Our Eyes and Ain't Nobody a Bit Surprised, Love Me Till the Ambulance Arrives. That kind of gives a little more meaning to that 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, where maybe this guy's barely hanging on. So that was tight, man. And now we're gonna go to our first Mr. Bungle song. We got Carousel coming in here, and this is from 1991. Mr. Bungle, a more experimental group, had gone through many incarnations throughout their career. Band is best known for this experimental rock period. I've heard a couple Mr. Bungle songs from Alan's suggestions on our live streams that are on Twitch every Fridays, man. Love to have y'all over there. Check that out. But Patton has been with the group the entire time. During much of the band's existence, they were involved in a public dispute with Red Hot Chili Peppers, particularly between Mike Patton and then leader of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis, which played upon in the press. But since then, a lot of members of the groups have kind of made peace and shown respect to each other. All right, Carousel coming in at number 8 here. Mr. Bungle, man, getting that the kind of blend experimental rock, almost like a little ska-esque type stuff in there. Can't pin one genre on this track. Can't say I like the tune, but it's also one of those tunes where it's not like I don't regret listening to it, because you have to experience the zaniness, the wackiness to what this track had to bring, man. Definitely not a Carousel that I'd be interested in going on, but I just, the way they kind of played into that carnival theme with the music and the background, again, Mike really delivering some rapid fire, hard to decipher lyrics to, again, kind of almost build that uneasiness, I guess you could say, whenever you're listening to this track, and then kind of the music in the background gets louder, and just the chorus itself says, if you want to know what's behind the show, you'll ride my carousel and enter life's jail cell. Love and blood begin to meld. You've lost the self that you once held. So kind of I'm getting from this song that growing up in that sense, whatever this carousel is, it's almost like one of those things. Once you go on, you maybe won't be able to get off, and all your regrets in life kind of come rushing to you and merry-go-round in your head, so to speak. And Mike, man, unfortunately, topsy-turvy at the end. He was sick. But yeah, man, Mr. Bungle coming in. Now we're to number 7. We got Zombie Eaters from Patton Moore's record, The Real Thing. Actually just listened to this album about a month ago or so. It's in the 1001 albums to listen to before you die book. I'm kind of slowly working my way through that. I'm a few hundred in, and that Faith No More, they were up, man. So I listened to that. I actually liked it a little bit more than The King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime, which I didn't really know, since it was earlier Faith No More, how I would like that. But diving more kind of into that metal-ish, alternative metal sphere, which this song kind of has a little bit. So really enjoyed this tune, as you can see by the heart that I had on it. So let's get to it. Zombie Eaters coming in at number 7 on this list. And there's a lot of creativity in this track. I first off, musically, enjoy the strings that kind of start us off. First 2 minutes are more laid back and chilled, especially compared to the other tunes that we've had on the record. Mike kind of really dialing it back, showing his more clean vocals, I guess you could say. And as we're going in, I hadn't really dove into the lyrics as I'm before when I listened to this track, and it is very unique, almost coming from a baby perspective. I mean, he even says in here, hey, look at me, lady, I'm just a little baby. Obviously, that could be used in the sense of, describing an adult that's, not mature or whatever, but I think there's enough here to almost give it that baby interpretation. When I emerge, my thoughts converge to you. The world is so small compared to you. Even it's kind of funny in a sense where the baby's like, so now you listen because I'm omniscient. It's like, you're just a little baby. You can just imagine this baby kind of being a little bit tough on the mother here, more than a little bit. He even says, you're lucky to have me. I'm cute and sweet as candy. I'm innocent and disabled. So hug me and kiss me, then wipe my butt. Just there's some funny lines in here that go against some wonderful guitar work by Jim Martin, acoustic and those riffs that coming in heavy once we really get into this track a little bit. And it's a song too, the longest song on this list that we have at 6 minutes, but it never feels like it. I think Mike obviously is killing the vocal performance, and it works well right in the middle of the real thing. So good choice there, Alan. Now we're going to go from the longest song to the shortest song on the list. We have Song of Victory from Tomahawk in 2007. They are another supergroup formed in 1999 when Mike Patton met guitar player Dwayne Dennison of the Jesus Lizard, and the pair started swapping tapes with the intention of collaborating. Dennison then recruited drummer John Stainer, while Patton invited bass player Kevin Rutmanis from Melvins and the X-Cows. The group recorded 3 records and toured quite a bit from 2000 to 2007, went on hiatus, and then reformed in 2013. As we were saying at the start, Patton keeps busy. Right. Song of Victory, man, again, showing the differentiation of Patton in here, almost going into a, early, human chant, just so to speak. I couldn't even find lyrics for this track, and I guess that's why, because Mike's just kind of enunciating stuff going in. I'm sure there's proper lyrics on there. Maybe if you find them, please link them for me, because I looked all around the internet. But yeah, man, I don't have a ton to add on that one, but again, just showing the differentiation, which I like what Alan was doing on this list, showing that diversity of style from Mike there. Leaning in kind of to that Tomahawk name, and almost seemed like it could have been a Native American, tribal type of chant going in there, and with the percussion heavy song as well. And we're going to stay with Tomahawk and now go to Stone Letter, going to go off their Odd Fellows record from 2012. So skip ahead a few years here. Gotta add that to the list, man, off of first listen. Quite enjoyed that one. That seamless transition Mike had from the more, kind of cleaner singing in the verses to the hard rocking chorus in there. I thought that was cool how he was able to transition so seamlessly in that. One of the more accessible tunes, I guess, as well. I could see this being a single from this record. I don't know if it was or not, but it kind of had that vibe where, oh man, if you played this on the radio or for somebody that they'd be like, okay, who was this group? There's something intriguing in here, and I like that sense of stone letter. He notes in here, well, I throw you a stone letter, smooth or rough, I hope you read it one day and feel the love. Made me think of, if somebody's throwing stones, they're, kind of casting you down in a sense, but somebody's giving you a letter, and they just... You could think, okay, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? But if you're getting a stone letter, it's going to be, as he mentioned, smooth or rough. I hope you read it one day and feel the love. Is there a bit of a kind of a sarcasm in there? Because is what he's going to have to say not going to be very loving. And then he switches it up a little bit. He says, I don't know you anymore. But he also said, you don't know me anymore. So obviously these two people are drifting apart. Maybe this stone letter is going to be the one last gasp to say how he truly feels, man. Thought Dwayne Dennison on that guitar lead was absolutely killing it as well. And yeah, man, just love the vocals on for Mike here, one of my favorites so far. And now we're gonna go to A Schoolgirl's Day from 2019. This is when Mike teamed up with Jean-Claude Vanier We got a Schoolgirls Day coming in at number 4 on this list. And man, I was just waiting for it to turn. I knew something bad was probably going to happen at the end. It's apparently about the 1962 horror film Carnival of Souls. I have not had the pleasure of watching that, but man, if it ends like this does, I might have to avoid it. We are going through this girl's day, man, from waking up at 7 in the morning, having breakfast, going to school, learning all her subjects, hanging out with her buddies. It just seems like, okay, describing a normal day. It seemed kind of vocally, it just almost had a more spoken word at certain instances. This is reminding me of something that a guy we've been reviewing a lot of lately, Tom Waits. This seems like this would have been something he would have done in the early to mid 80s in that Rain Dog, Swordfish Trombone era. And, that the music kind of in the background reflected that tension and uneasiness. That's why I knew, I was like, dude, I know that they're not just going to describe this schoolgirl's day. And it all comes to a head after dinner. Everybody's hanging out. She's reading. She goes upstairs for bed. She puts everything into place. And then at 10 o'clock, she goes to the window, opens it, and jumps away into the cold night. Ooh, a song that would fit well in October, that's for sure, man. So number 4, bringing it in really good, in contention for my favorite tracks at the end. Now we're going to Separation Anxiety as we are in the top 3 tunes. This is going back, obviously, to Faith No More from their 2015 record, Soul Invictus. All right, Separation Anxiety coming in here, and true to its name, kind of builds that anxiety and that anticipation, and that a bit, keeps you on the edge of your seat type of deal instrumentally throughout the song. Again, I kind of mentioned in the reaction, but I liked how they played with Mike's vocals a little bit on there. One instance, it almost sounded like he was coming through a radio. Stuff like that's a little bit, just those little techniques. It just makes the song stand out, and we've got to that harder rocking edge a little bit here, but a little bit more kind of a mature sound, as you'd expect, being just from 2015. Faith No More has been around for decades now, so got that maturity in that sound just a little bit, while still kind of keeping to their roots, it seems. And again, Mike showing off a different showcase there. That's 2015. The song that we had just before that, Schoolgirl's Day, that was 2019. So it's kind of in that same ballpark area, but obviously 2 very different tracks. But I like them both for those different reasons that they had there. So I thought building that kind of anxiety up with his vocal delivery was tight. We got 2 left, y'all. We are going to Midlife Crisis from Angel Dust, the record from 1992. It became their only number 1 hit on the alternative songs chart and reached the top 10 on the UK singles chart. Mike has denied that the song is about having a midlife crisis, as he did not know what one would feel like, but says that, quote, it's more about creating false emotion, being emotional, dwelling on your emotions, and in a sense inventing them, and that the song is based on a lot of observation and a lot of speculation, but in sort of a pointed way. It's kind of about Madonna. I think it was a particular time where I was being bombarded with her image on TV and in magazines, and her whole shtick kind of speaks to me in that way, like she's going through some sort of problem. It seems she's getting a bit desperate. Drum track for the song contains a sample of the first bar of the song Cecilia from Simon and Garfunkel. Top 10 there. Didn't even plan that, but shameless plug on my part here. But I'll keep Madonna in your mind as you're listening to this. Right, Midlife Crisis coming in number 2 here. And what I like about this song, it seems to hit that balance between what makes Faith No More with kind of that heavy, kind of alternative metal type of style, and Patton's great voice and propensity to sometimes get a little experimental in that, with that catchiness and accessibility. It has a great chorus right here, very catchy, and you're having that backing vocal there a little bit as well. Kind of some hallmarks of a catchy chorus that you'd have in a rock anthem, this or that. And yet we still had Mike being able to experiment and do what makes him, go off with his voice in the verses, and kind of with that that very descriptive lyricism that we've seen all throughout this top 10 list. So I think for that reason, that's probably why it was such a big hit for them, because it kind of hit the best of both worlds, being unique to Faith No More while also still having that catchy accessibility, I guess, if you will. And as we go on, man, it really does seem to describe a bit of a midlife crisis. I know what we read from Mike earlier on it. He even says, I cannot stop giving. I'm 30-something. Sense of security, like pockets jingling, midlife crisis. He notes, you're perfect, yes, it's true, but without me, you're only you. So this person needs him to kind of be perfect, to be the best they can be, so to speak. Here, I know some have speculated, okay, maybe if we're looking at Madonna in that sense, well, without the fans, Madonna would not be who she was. Just like without the people that watch this channel, man, then there would be no reactions to the classics. You're like, you gotta be thankful for the people who support you, and it's kind of getting in, I think, to that kind of idea there. I that's what I was interpreting from Mike, and yeah, just kind of going in through that, and that chorus again, just hammering home a lot throughout this track, more so than most of the other songs here. So Midlife Crisis, putting in the work, going to be in contention for my favorites, which I'll get to after this song. Number 1 on the list for Mike Patton here, courtesy of Alan. We're going to Mr. Bungle's Pink Cigarette, and I don't have really any research on this, so I'm going in blind. It was released on their California record from 1999. All right, number 1 on the list, and a worthy number 1 right here, man. Pink Cigarette. So impressed with this track, obviously off the start. What a harrowing story that we got going on here. Mike delivered this with such a serious nature to it, and yet also it seemed very calm, like somebody would be in this situation who's just made up their mind to end it all. And I'll get to the lyrical content and story in a second. One of my favorite set of lyrics that we've had on this list as well. Musically, wonderfully arranged, man. Just that guitar especially almost sounded like something that somebody like Quentin Tarantino would use in his movie. That's what I was thinking. Just right off the bat, just had a bit of that slick, cool factor to it in there. And then whenever you factor in Patton's more straight down the numbers vocal delivery, it just really made you kind of want to lean in and see what we had next. Obviously, this guy's not in a good relationship at all. He's in with somebody who continues to burn him time after time. That concept of burning comes up a lot in this track. The burns, the holes in the sheets. I'm hoping the smoke hides the shame I've got on my face. He says, all these years I've been your ashtray, not today. So this guy's kind of in it seems an emotionally abusive relationship here. We get to the concept of the pink cigarette on the bed the day that you left. So she obviously left him, at least for a time here. And how can I forget that your lips were there? Your kiss goes everywhere, touches everything but me. Ooh, so now I'm kind of getting a sense now, some infidelity coming into play here. They had a big blow up, and he told me everything I was afraid to ask. Now I'm dressed in white, and you burned me for the last time. Again, that burning concept coming in. Then he knows this ain't the last time. He knows she is not going to change at the end. And then the most powerful moment of the song, he's writing a note, I'm assuming a suicide note, and you'll see my silhouette. And then he counts down. There's just 5 hours left, 4, 3, 2, 1 hour left, and then you'll find me dead. There's just, and then boo, we get the heart monitor flatlining, kind of, I guess, signaling to us that he did go through with it. Powerful way to end this list, and again shows off the talent of Mr. Mike Patton here. And now that's a perfect segue into the favorite songs on this list today. Obviously, I got to go Pink Cigarette. I'm gonna go with Zombie Eaters from Faith No More, Pink Cigarette from Mr. Bungle, and then we're gonna throw a third band that Mike's associated with. I'm going Stone Letter from Tomahawk. So those would be my 3 favorite favorites. I liked most of the songs on this list outside of Carousel. I don't know if I'm quite up to par in the Patton sphere to get behind the more experimental Mr. Bungle work, but hey man, maybe one day I'll get there. Everything else though, even A Schoolgirl's Day, that was right on the cusp for me as well, getting in there. That was pretty tight. 5 Seconds as well with the more electronic sphere. I thought that was cool, and yeah, again man, just showing a little bit of everything and how impressive Mr. Patton is. Let me know your favorite Mike Patton tunes down in the comment section below. Be sure to give our guy Alan some props and kudos in the comment section. Thank you, Alan, for bringing this to me today. I had a fun time diving in and exploring one of the better vocalists that is going in music today. So until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Happy listening, and I will see you.